Good evening to my fellow viewers. I'm Savannah Martinez, and today I'm going to explain why and how active listening is so important and how mastering the skill will bring you success in your future endeavors. We are fairly capable of listening, but to correctly partake in active listening is a true key to having a more successful professional, relational, and academic future that can flourish more than you could ever imagine. In our day to day lives, we are constantly listening, even if it's subconsciously. We take in the sounds around us, and our brain interprets those sounds and allows us to focus on the important things and disregard the useless things as background noise. When we purposely apply active listening to our daily lives, we can really focus on our boss, friends and family, or professors' needs and attend to those people in our lives we listen to accordingly. Most people that I know fall into what I like to refer to as zombie mode, which is when you go about your life almost on autopilot and repeat your life every day as if it were on an assembly line. We hear the things we're supposed to, but in zombie mode, are we genuinely listening with a purpose? To me, far too often do we allow information to go in one ear and out the other because we fall into a routine. So, are things really getting done well to the point where everyone's needs are being met? So, now that I've explained to you the experience before and after active listening, allow me to make a few inferences. In my opinion, and through my own personal experience, if we allow ourselves to actively listen to the important things around us that people have to say, whether we feel that they're important or not, then the risk to reward ratio will be much higher than just hearing people out and doing the bare minimum without really trying. To put it simply, if we actively listen to others, then it will bring us success. Through personal experience, I've learned that active listening can lead to the happiness of the people around you. People aren't so complicated when it comes down to it, and everyone likes to be heard. Whenever they feel genuinely heard, it makes them feel important, and making them feel that will make them want to come to you more often, which in turn you can use to your benefit. After making inferences about active listening, I think it's safe that we can now transfer these into everyday situations. At my job with my managers, in my long-term relationship with my boyfriend, and with my professors at school, whenever I give them my undivided attention and listen with the intent of truly trying to understand what's being brought to my attention, then I can give them what they need from me, and I'll be fulfilled by having completed the task asked of me, and then the initial speaker will also be happy because they can depend on me to get things done. For example, if my boss asks me to do something, or if my boyfriend comes to me with a problem and he needs me to hear him out, or if a professor is doing a lecture or talking to me directly, as long as I'm engaged in listening with a purpose, all of these situations can have a similar outcome: satisfaction. Everyone is heard, things get taken care of, people get listened to, problems get solved. Then everyone can walk away from the interaction feeling satisfied. You can apply active listening skills to your daily life even if it isn't with a boss, a professor, or a partner, because the more people in the world who listen with intent will find themselves to become more knowledgeable, and knowledge is power. So, to conclude, according to our textbook, listening has many different types, styles, and it is a process that happens in our brains so fast that we might not even realize it. But nevertheless, you can't partake in active listening skills or any listening skills without actively listening. They just go hand in hand. So now that you're more aware of just how important active listening is and how beneficial it can be to your social interactions with other people, you can take this newfound information and apply it more frequently in your life. Active listening will allow your relationships to flourish, and the better connections you have with the important people in your life, or even the not so important people, the more successful and prosperous your life will become. And then you can thank me later. Thank you.